I think I'm recording. All right, welcome to the Lobo Den podcast. I'm here today. Wow, I sound like a news anchor. I'm being fake. Anyways, this is Giovanni Diaz. This is another episode of Lobo Den. I'm stacking these up. I'm here with Stephanie Carrell. Is that how you say it, Carrell?
Yeah.
Carrell? Well, hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hi, Stephanie. Well, the reason I brought the notepad is because when I did this with Brandon Weaver.
Why did you bring the notepad?
When I did this with Brandon Weaver, I kept going on tangents. He thinks I have ADD.
Yeah. Clearly something's not right.
Yeah,
I
think there's more than some things not. I think there's a lot of things that aren't right. But I kept going off tangents. He's talking about shit stories. You know, he does like something with shit. His job, restoration. Do you know what he does?
I know. He has a lot of descriptions. I try not to really. It's just it's a lot. I can't keep track of that.
I don't know.
He's not my baby anymore.
Okay.
I've given him up for
all right.
adoption.
Well, he does restoration. We had a job where there was a guy who was pinning his shit to the wall and paper. There's a lot going on. But the problem is we would start talking about something. I'd get distracted, and then I'd have to write these down because I go on a lot of tangents. All right. Right now, where are we? We're at Josephine's. There's a very cool mic here I like. Where'd you do your first open mic?
I did it at...
Are you from Illinois? Are you from Orlando?
No, I'm not from Orlando.
Okay, I always thought you were from Orlando. Oh, okay.
I'm from Illinois. I lived in Orlando for a little bit, but I've mostly lived here. That's not my identity. Although living in Orlando did, I think, chemically change who I am as a
Florida.
Person. Like, I sweat way more than I ever did before
then when you
I
came
moved
back
there.
from Orlando?
Like, my body just immediately
Adapted.
starts sweating whenever there's a hint of heat. So I have to wear flip-flops at work now so that I don't sweat through my t-shirts.
And they don't say anything at work?
No, because
Can you say what kind of job you have?
Yeah, I'm a photographer. I spend a lot of time, and I always make sure that my toenails are pedicured. If they are not, I just bite the bullet and wear shoes because I don't want my feet out when they look like that. I always make sure that because I'm wearing
Can I see your nails?
My toenails?
No,
Yeah.
the hand nails.
Oh, my hand nails not so good. I just took off some really
That's
bright pink nail polish, so they're pretty. They look sore.
That's not too bad. There's a little bit here.
Yeah.
I don't know. You date men, right?
I date men.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, when I would go out with a woman, I would see, you know the nail where it's like the residue and it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the big turn off.
Do you think this is bad?
No, because you just cleaned it up.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
But you know the white trashy one, or even there's Mexican trash that has the. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like, it's like chipping off like paint.
Yeah, so that's how they looked earlier, and I was gonna repaint them. I just didn't have time, so I just decided I'll take
That's
it
a
all
better move.
off. I'm
Okay.
not gonna just
Or
leave
wear
the
gloves?
chipping. No, I don't. I'm not gonna wear gloves because I can't wear shoes. How could I wear gloves?
Why'd you go to Orlando?
I was on a internship working for Disney.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was that fun?
It was.
What'd you do for
It
them?
was pretty fun. I was a photographer there as well, but it's a lot more fun because I worked with like characters and stuff. When you're a photographer at Disney, you're considered part of entertainment. So, like, I was in the same department as the princesses.
Oh, okay. What are the other departments? Just regular?
Custodial, food and beverage, and merchandising, and attractions, which is working.
So
on
this was at the
rides.
park?
Yeah.
Oh, so what would you do? Take pictures of?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you always into photography since a little? When did you get into it?
No, I was always like really artsy, but I got a job as a photographer pretty straight out of high school. It wasn't right out of high school. It was like one of my first jobs after I left high school. I was a school photographer.
Oh, wow.
So I had to move around all that stuff, and then I transferred into the studio. So
How'd you get? Did you take class? You taught yourself, or?
Yeah, I didn't really take any classes. I went to film school at
Wow, I didn't know that.
Columbia College, Chicago. I don't like to talk about it very much because it's not something I'm really proud of.
Why not?
I only went for 2 years, and I didn't learn very much at all. I felt like it was pretty useless. I also feel like I didn't have a lot of guidance going into that.
Are you still into filmmaking? Or?
Honestly, I didn't even like filmmaking was not something I was passionate about. It just like, it was a logical move for me. I was like, well,
Am I recording?
I can't.
Uh-huh. I'm so stupid. All right. I am.
I hope so.
Yeah, I am. Okay.
It was just like I couldn't really decide. Like I didn't have a job in mind of what I wanted to do. So I just thought like, oh, this kind of combines a lot of my current interests. I guess I'll study this. Like, what else would I study?
Yeah, I had no idea when I was in college. I started with philosophy because I thought when I went to community college for half a semester.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna go to U of I.
Uh-huh.
You know where that's at, right?
Yep.
But my friend convinced me to stay, to not go for a girl. he was like, because I went to, there was a bookstore. He was actually, although he did the logo for this podcast. Anyways, but we're in high school. He worked at a bookstore, and we're sitting there. And I was like, I don't know if I should go. There was a girl I was talking to, and he's like, do you love her? And I was like, I think so. I don't know. He's like, just stay. Don't go. And I didn't go. Then it ended up not working out anyways. Anyways, it ended up, you just rolled your eyes at me. You should. Anyways, you should, dude. I was young. I mean,
that's my point. Like, I think the school system is really messed up. Like, it's not just, oh, those cicadas are loud.
Oh, wow. And the comics.
It's like the school system is like pressured to make you go to college, and they don't really care what you're going to study or if that's really what you want to do. They just want you to get to college, and that's not. And also, like, the school system is like, they just want to put you in, so they don't, like, a gap year is not, they're not looking for your best interest, they're looking for your money.
That's it. And now that I'm older and I talk to younger people, at bars usually.
Yeah.
But I still talk to them and tell them, like, look, what do you want to go to college for? What? Like, there's other options you could do that. And if you do want to go to college, what are your majors? And I ask them, like, if it's something like accounting, engineering, or something, you look. But if it's some bullshit major, it's like, I think you're just wasting your time and you're wasting money, and you're gonna be a barista or you're gonna be a dog walker like half the comics in Chicago. I don't know if you know the scene in Chicago. That we're in the suburbs. This is the Chicago suburbs comedy scene.
Yeah.
But when I go to Chicago, a lot of dog walking, a lot of.
Yeah, it's really sad, I think, because I don't know, I feel like there's not enough focus on the fact that this is like the system doing this, and I think a lot of people feel like it is their own personal failure of why they don't have jobs in their field. But like when I was in high school, they would just be like, well, where do you want to go? And I this happened to me several times. I was like, I don't know, I don't really have any direction, and they would make me take one of those stupid tests,
the aptitude test,
where you like put what you like to do, and every single time they would be like, well, I got the results back. You are into arty things and you are creative. And I'm like,
I don't know that?
Wow. Fucking genius. I can't believe you have this job. What is your salary, by the way? So that I can, like, tell my parents to take me out of this school and sue you for exactly that much money. Like, so I ended up studying film at Columbia. That's like for 2 years. And then I was like, I hate this. It went up my tuition went up so much. It was insane. I'm still like, I'm in so much
I feel
debt.
bad. I talked my ex-girlfriend, the one that I didn't go to UI for, that I dated for a little bit, I didn't trick her, but she got tricked into going to some other art school where it was like I think it might have been a for-profit one where they give you, now that I'm older, I'm in sales, I see the techniques they were using on her, but man, she works, I think she works at Chili's now, but it was like art school. She went for fashion design. I think she's doing, I should find out. She does some dresses in here and there, but she got into a lot of debt. And I was there, like, I went to not the seminars with her. It reminded me when I went to Vegas. Vlad's over here doing the, what is that? The spinning.
I don't know. It terrifies me. He's like spinning a metal rod.
Vlad does, people don't know, Vlad comes to Josephine's. He does DMT, kind of hippie, a little hippy dippy. Him and his girl.
A drug? I don't know what you just said.
Dimethyltryptamine, yeah. It's a super intense psychedelic. I did in Miami 2 years ago. I do drugs. I'm not doing drugs for 90 days. Okay. But, yeah, it's a psychedelic. Have you done any psychedelics? What do you like? Just weed or nothing?
I have had my experience in the marijuana field.
That's it?
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah. You know what? There's, like, people that are close to me in my life that have had issues with all of the above. Like when I was in high school, I had a friend who
your mom drank, right?
Did heroin.
Heroin.
And it was like,
do you know how they got into heroin?
No, honestly, it was like some other girl who like wasn't very, you could tell like when you're in high school.
Was this snorting or?
No, they were shooting it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like a kid that you could tell like her parents clearly did not care what she was doing with her life.
Did her parents have money or they were poor?
And she was selling her clothes to buy drugs in high school, like so young, so
really?
Crazy. Yeah, it was some crazy stuff. So like I've always been the kind of person to learn from other people's mistakes. I'm like, there's nothing there for me. I don't know, like something that's not. Obviously, marijuana is going to be legal soon, so it's like. And
it's not really.
No,
I mean, what's
no.
I'm not doing marijuana now just because I'm not doing any drugs.
I don't even really like doing like dabs. Like that's not.
I've never done a dab.
That's too much for me. That's like it's crazy. I don't like to get like that crazy. I just sometimes like to have a good time, or sometimes honestly. I just want to. Honestly, I have like a lot of leftovers and stuff at my house. I'm like, I gotta eat these, or else I'm gonna throw them out.
Well, you know how I eat? I eat oldest to newest first. I have a thing since I've been little. I love leftovers. I don't know what's going on over there. Oh, Brian Egg's here. Is it him or his character? Anyways,
Who knows?
that's a character.
I'm
Did
not
you
sure.
listen to? I wanted to listen to their podcast with him and Chris Bongat. Did you listen to it?
I did listen to it.
Should I listen to it?
It was interesting.
Okay, I'll listen to it. Was he in character? Did he?
I'm not sure. The question was
Because he's
never
crawling
really
over here
answered.
right now, right there
The
in
question
character.
was answered in a way that no, he was not in character. However, most of the discussion topics feel like they have been a part of who he is. So I'm not quite sure where the
Do you
line
think he's
is.
gonna school shooter us?
Or when does he like? Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
for sure. That's what I was
Yeah.
telling. I was like, yeah, we're getting sprayed.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really weird how like we all know it too. Like there's so many podcasts of people talking about it. Like, and like there's evidence that we predicted this. So, well, at least go down as the most like self-aware mass shooting.
But we're gonna be the first open mic mass shooting.
I think that we should like
I'm pretty
maybe
excited.
I don't know. I wish we could plan it for ourselves. You know, like I wish we could get him in like on our side, but still against us. But like, hey, could we maybe like work with you and like we'll all get T-shirts that say like like gun control on them, and we'll all get
mass
sprayed
shooting.
down in wearing gun control T-shirts.
I won't wear those, but you guys could wear them.
I don't know.
I don't.
What,
yeah,
you don't support gun control?
Not at all.
Not
Not at all. I'm on the other side.
at all. You're saying
Yeah,
like they should just be like in the back alleys, like people
It's-
should just be able to grab them.
I
and
lean
go.
very the other opposite way on when it comes to gun control and things like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm one of those. Yeah. I don't really talk about that stuff, but yeah.
Not even like a background check.
Kind of.
That's like what I mean by gun control. I don't mean ban
I mean, I'm pretty.
firearms. Because I think
I
we're
want it
like
to be less
pretty past
restrictive
that.
for a lot of people. I'm very. Yeah, I'm not. Let's see. Like Illinois, I think needs to be a lot. It's too strict with gun control. I don't think gun control works. Is what I'm saying. I think like a lot of shootings are in gun-free zones. Like you'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
but
easy targets. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I don't. When I see the sign and I'm like, and I go into a business, like I stopped eating tacos at this Mexican place. Oh, La Rosita in Rolling Meadows, the one. You ever go to that Mexican side
No.
of town? No.
No.
It's not even that far from.
I know.
All right, it's too brown over there.
No, I just don't go over there. There's nothing I don't.
Well, they have really good tacos there, right? Not as good as the ones. Have you been to the one in Palatine? Is that too far for you?
I gotta be honest. I don't eat a lot of Mexican food.
Really?
My parents raised me like pretty like.
What do you like to eat?
I like Mexican food now that I'm an adult, and I like have been responsible for my own eating choices for the last like 6 years. But like when I was younger, my parents like I did not eat ranch dressing until I was 18.
But you're white.
I know, like that
What?
was that was.
Are your
something
parents
that was not
immigrants?
on
They're
my own.
Americans? Or-
No, they're American, but like it was like so like here's scrambled eggs on toast, like
What kind of dinners would you guys have?
corn on the cob.
What was the protein?
And like mashed potatoes and like chicken like drumsticks or like occasionally steak. But
like
here's
no
what I
seasoning,
learned as an
typical,
adult.
No seasoning white food.
My parents always would give me and my sister the fatty parts of the steak, and like they would eat the good parts because we would always like laugh because we thought like we could never chew it. We're like it's like gum, and we called it steak gum, and my parents would just like think it was so funny, and we liked it. But like as an adult now, I'm like, okay, this is getting stuck in my teeth. Like I can't chew this. I can't eat this part.
Oh wow.
It's still good, but
So no ranch dressing. What? Have you had Indian food
ketchup.
before?
Oh, I've had Indian food, but I do not like it.
I don't even know if I've
I'm
had
not
it.
even close to liking it.
No.
Nope. That's like one of the ones that I'm like, I can't do it. It's really spicy. That and like a lot of African food. It's really spicy and it has like too much flavor for me. Like the spice is where it really draws the line. I couldn't eat Chipotle when I was younger. Anything on the menu.
Really?
Even now, if I eat a Taco Bell quesadilla, I can't get less than a block away from the Taco Bell before I get hiccups from a quesadilla.
Really?
That's how spicy that like sauce is.
What was your first Mexican spicy food? The list is gonna come. I'll pay attention to the list here. Hey, the list
I'm
is
not gonna go up.
Huh?
I'm not going up tonight.
You're not going up?
No.
Why not?
I don't feel like it.
Do you ever not go up? Is this the first time you've not gone up?
No, not gone up a couple times. I don't know. I've been working on a show, so I haven't been
puppets. You want to talk
focusing.
about the puppets or no?
I'm making some puppets, yeah, for my
Stephanie's making
show.
puppets. What's this show you're gonna do?
It's a show in November. It's got a lot of music. I write musical comedy, so.
Oh yeah. How'd you get into comedy? That's what I want to ask you. When was your first mic? When's the first time you did? Was it in Orlando?
May of last year.
Okay, May 15th.
I don't know the
my
date.
birthday. I'm
That's just
being
a
stupid.
weird
I know,
day.
it's
I
okay.
don't know. No,
Alright.
I don't know what day it was. It was probably late May. And I went a few times to watch, and then I was like, yeah.
Where'd you go?
I'll
Where'd you go
try.
watch?
To LOL.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Schaumburg.
That was
Okay.
our first question. That, by the way, you started tangenting right over the question.
Was it the first
Yeah.
question?
I don't
Oh
think I
my
answered
God.
it ever.
So stupid. I do.
No,
this.
it's okay. It's funny.
Let me focus.
But yeah, we went to LOL.
I'm
Started.
gonna sign up. You went to LO. Continue. Did these
Yeah.
people sign up? Should I just? Oh, well, I'll just. You know what? It's too late. Right now, Brad Stupik he has his own podcast. What's the name of your podcast? Stupendous.
The Brad is
Stupendous.
Stupid podcast.
It's stupid. The Brad is Stupid Panda. What a thug. Okay, so let's get back before we get to the puppets.
Yeah.
No, did
sure.
we finish the puppets?
I don't know what we were
This is-
talking about.
When do you start? Okay, late May at
May.
LOL Theater in Schaumburg.
Yep.
They bring a lot of. Did you bring
Yeah.
people? They bring a lot of bringers.
No, I was with my sister because I just didn't want to go by myself. But
Okay.
then it was that was the basically the last time she came with me. After that, it was pretty much just me going by myself because she does not like a lot of dirty material. My very first song was very
She
dirty.
Older or younger than you?
She's younger than
What
me.
was your first song about? Did she look up to you?
Just about being a little crazy.
Well, look, the same thing happened to me when I started. When it was all I'm sure I'm blocked. I know a few people that probably blocked me because of my material.
Oh,
It
God.
wasn't, but it wasn't I don't know. What did I talk about? My first set. Have you listened? Did you record your first set? Or
No.
Oh, okay. I have it. I try to listen to it sometimes. It's so bad.
Really?
I talk about. I think I have sex with my mom in it.
Why?
I
would you
don't
say
on
that?
stage. I don't know. I didn't know it. I never performed. I had no artistic background when I started
Yeah.
comedy.
That's interesting.
So I have no. If you listen to it, I have no stage. It was just monotone. Yeah. Fucking your mom. The rape, Holocaust. Who knows?
Oh my
There's all the
God.
yeah, all that stuff. I was that. It was all that stuff. And then David Drake. He moved to Chicago. It was at Three Dead Moose. He was hosting it, and I had one laugh, and then I had maybe one good joke, but it was brutal. It was brutal. But what pushed you to do comedy?
A few months before that, I had gone through a breakup, and just recently, before I started doing comedy, is when I first started getting back into online dating. So I was just kind of going through another change in life.
I just deleted all those apps.
Yeah, I've had them on my phone for a long time. They
I don't
make
know.
me
Well,
feel
you're
really
a woman.
bad about myself.
It just seems like a lot. I don't know what. Just from some of the sneak previews I get of just DMs from my female friends, it's it seems out of control.
Honestly, the thing that it is for me
Mhm.
is that you know me now for a little while.
Mhm.
Even if I was telling the truth, I could not be described in one paragraph and 6 pictures. I just do not feel like that's accurate. And I feel like guys, no matter who you are, you just form the opinion that you form based on what that person gives you. And that's always a lie. Never are you going to 100% tell
and it's
someone.
online. It's a part of social media, and you're putting.
Yeah.
You know why I deleted it? I wanted to meet if I wanted to meet somebody, I wanted to meet them in person first.
Yeah.
Really. That's it. And it's this is not. And I wouldn't even really meet people, but it's this. Even on Facebook, if I would add and it was I couldn't, man. There's a lot of. Visually, there's a lot of filters. There's a lot of catfishing, and then you meet, and it's oh, this is. And now what are you gonna be? Now I feel rude to I can't just leave, right? I can't be just want. So I don't know. So I want to meet people. So I just deleted it all. So now it's I have to meet somebody in person because I can't. It's
Yeah.
weird. I can't do it.
I agree. It's not. I don't know. I feel like it's something that can fill a void if you are really truly lonely. And for some people, they are able to keep filling that void with those apps. But I think, I would say like 0.5% of the time that works out for people actually, and they end up having like a decent relationship from it. Otherwise, it's the whole thing is just like not even worth it.
I can't. Maybe before I went to Miami, I had different intentions in life, but now I'm more. I want something with a little bit more value, so I'm not just trying to fuck, basically. So that's why I deleted them. So I chilled out with that. For the people that know, I went to Miami and blew a bunch of money, and I changed my life around allegedly. So, but anyways, so that happened with me when I started doing comedy.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it for like. Did you want to do it for a long time? I wanted to do it for like a year or 2 or 3 years. I would email myself like little notes, but I wouldn't do it. But what pushed me is our dog died. We had a dog, me and my girlfriend, and we had this relationship. It was kind of there, but it was kind of at the end, and I don't have the balls to break up with somebody. So I mean, I'll be with somebody forever before I break up with them. So I didn't.
Wow.
I've never broken up with anybody.
Well, okay, so I didn't even know comedy existed.
Really?
I don't even know how I found like this open mic. I really truly don't. And I never really had the idea to do like open mic comedy. But all my whole life, everyone like doesn't like my attitude. They're always like, you should be a comic. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like,
So you didn't watch comedy growing up? You didn't have any influences?
No, not really. Like, I watched like Saturday Night Live, like a little bit of like MTV, but like none of that ever like registered as like specifically comedy for me. It was just like TV or movies or whatever. But now that I'm older, the path behind me is very clear from where I came.
Now, do you watch stand up now or no? What do you like? What?
Once in a while, I'll watch something if it's like somebody that I've seen on something else, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I like their style. But a lot of the times, if I do turn something on, I'll turn it off pretty immediately too, because I'm like, I'm not into this. But I like more like the sketch shows, like the stuff that I will like dedicatedly watch. Is
what do you like to watch?
Like, oh my god, have you ever seen Nathan For You?
No. What is it? What is it on? I don't watch
Nathan
anything
For
unless
You.
people tell me.
They have already wrapped. It's been on 4 seasons. It's Nathan Fielder. He's a lot like Brian Egg, actually. He's playing this character of a man that graduated from business school and can help people with their businesses. Well, they do not know that he's a comedian. They just really think that he's gonna help them. And
he's like a Borat type of thing, but he's a Marcus Lemonis.
Yes, but he like gives them these ridiculous ideas that they really are like, okay,
Have you seen The Prophet?
It.
Have you seen The Prophet?
No.
Oh, that's the real guy. He gets businesses and flips them over. So
it's so funny. He doesn't help them at all ever, but like he like hires people from like Craigslist. He will like put a Craigslist ad out that says like, I need a facial recognition specialist, and some guy will message him from Craigslist, and without checking anything, he's just like, okay, because they want it to be fake. They want it to be some guy who's trying to convince you that he like can turn a child's picture into an adult looking picture with like his software. This guy goes on a trip, and this guy he found on Craigslist, and he advertises, he's like, I found this man on Craigslist. This guy brings 2 printers with him. He's like, why do you need 2 printers? And he was like,
This is the guy you found on Craigslist, the facial recognition guy?
Yeah,
okay.
like, why do you need 2 printers? He's like, I don't know. I never thought about that until just now.
Like, what? And that's the other guy's. That's a real reaction from the other guy. The other guy's not a character.
Oh my god, no! And sometimes he like is like breaking. He just can't do it anymore. He's even just like, what? What?
Dude, I gotta see this. I love this stuff. I love business stuff, and this is Nathan For You.
It's less business stuff and more like seeing real people's personalities, and you're like, I cannot believe you are truly that human.
People are insane.
And he will bring the most ridiculous concepts. He did this thing where it was like gas was 50% off or something if you solve this riddle or something, and the riddle was on a mountain, and he had to take these people there, and like they ended up staying overnight to get 50% off their gas that day. And he showed on the screen what it was that they were going to save. This woman was going to save like $13. And
she knew that?
Yes.
Dude,
she knew that, and she hiked up a mountain, and she agreed to stay overnight in a tent so that she could get $13 back on her gas.
But if you think about it, what is it? The Friday with the blacks? No, Black Friday, not the Friday with the blacks. Sorry about that one.
Fucking idiot.
Oh my god.
But people camp out. How much do they even save? Like, people camp out for days. Adam Carolla used to talk about this. I don't know if you ever listened to Adam Carolla, because his parents were super cheap and poor growing up, and they would just go out of their way to do these. And people don't think about their time and things like and other things.
Yeah.
And they just, I don't know. They're just.
Well, I mean, I want to say that I think they're crazy, but I have totally stayed outside for Black Friday stuff before. Not that long, not like overnight, but like for a few hours.
I couldn't.
So like we like
Didn't you work retail before? Have you
yeah.
worked? And then after you worked that day, and you
we meticulously planned it one year. This was a while ago, before they started, like before Black Friday was like
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, this was still Thursday night. I think it was 9 p.m. though. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
Like it was later, but this was like right at the beginning of that first year they started really doing stuff like that. We went to Old Navy and they were giving out. If you spent $40, you got a free digital underwater camera. It was like a Kodak camera. It was like
before camera phones on your phone.
It was you still had a phone on your camera. This was like maybe.
Oh, a digital though, right?
Yeah, digital. It was like a digital camera, like for underwater. Like it was cool, and I got that thing and I used it so much. I always was like, well, we're going to the water park. I got this free camera. Let's bust out. It was a nice camera.
That's not bad. That's not bad. And Old Navy has really good. These shirts, they have really good neck and they dry.
They have like good clothes. Like it was easy to spend $40. Actually, no, it wasn't, because everything was on sale for Black Friday. So it was like, oh my god, I have to add more stuff to my basket. Like, are you kidding me?
But I feel it's stuff you're gonna get anyways. Clothes. I don't know. I worked at Circuit City, which was before Best Buy. I don't know if you've heard of them. It was an electronics store, like a Best Buy.
Yep.
And I worked there for like a year, and I did a Black Friday there, and I did a Black Friday when one of my first jobs was at a toy store.
Oh god.
And yeah, it was a disaster. That was the first one. The second one was Circuit City, and we just had pallets of these cheap $20 DVD players, some Apex DVD, and I remember I was sitting there looking at the lines. It was like 5 a.m, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't come here. And then I've been dragged a few times to a Walmart in Kentucky with a buddy.
Oh god.
And yeah, there was a couple that were making out, like teenagers making out, because you could tell there's nowhere for them to go, so they're making out in front of the Walmart. Yeah, it was disturbing. It was disturbing.
Working in a retail environment can really open your eye to consumerism. Do you feel that way?
I see it a lot, man. I see, like, I don't know if it's it on social, but I see how people are just like, okay, there's like somebody I work with. She's always buying stuff from Amazon. Like she bought this purse. She was really impressed. She's buying something. She's so broke.
Well, so you saying that Circuit City had pallets and pallets of $20 DVD players, that is literally Circuit City saying, if we can make this at this price, and we say one day only, we will sell all of them, and we know it. So all of that was literally created by them. It was not a demand for DVD players, because not a single person who bought one needed it. But that's a company. So, like, I used to work at the Disney store for a long time. And
hey, question. Oh, you don't work there anymore?
Not anymore, I don't.
Oh, damn it. Okay. I need a Descendants doll. Do you know what the Descendants?
They're
I just found out.
probably out of
they
them.
were
you
out.
can still check. I mean, they sell out of them really fast. You could check online, but you're most likely going to have to buy it from somewhere else.
I was there this week with my niece, and we were looking
doll,
for
though?
the
Audrey?
purple chick. Who's the Queen of Mean? Or Audrey? Who's the one?
Is it Mal?
Who has the purple hair?
Mal.
Queen of Mean. She switched from being good to mean or something. I don't know. I just found out about them this weekend.
Oh, then is it Audrey? She has pink hair.
Okay, pink hair.
She's
purple.
a new one.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
I just found out about Descendants this weekend. But going back.
So the Disney store, last year they eliminated plastic bags from their stores completely. They did a soft rollout for about a year where they were pushing us as employees to recommend a guest buy a reusable bag and bring it back the next time they come in, instead of using plastic bags. How often do they go to
the Disney store?
Well, just any reusable bag. We were just kind of discouraging plastic a little more. Mm-hmm. But then they cut us off cold turkey. So it was like we had to send back our plastic bags. Yeah, so you could either buy a reusable bag for 99 cents, and they came in like a bunch of different sizes. So it wasn't like you were stuck with a little tiny bag. They're nice, like fabric bags. Or you could just take your items with you, either in your hands or in another bag or in your stroller or whatever. Usually honestly, most of the time it was fine, but there's always like one like really mean white lady who's buying like $200 worth of stuff, and she cannot buy a 99-cent bag. It's the end, so she leaves it all, and she's like, no, I don't want it. It's like, okay. And like it kind of opened my eyes to
you
realize
didn't have authority to comp a
like,
bag.
We did, but at that point it was always like too weird. It wasn't like the person was like, oh my god, like they're never nice about it. Never once did I ever comp a bag, because nobody was ever nice about it. Everyone was always really angry and really mean and like stormed away and like never gave us a chance to like.
Really?
And if someone's being rude to me and swearing at me and
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, let me give you a free something. Like that's never in the question. It was weird. It was weird the way that they made that be so. I never really count bags, but it opened my eyes to see like really we do use a lot of plastic as human beings, and like while I do not agree with Disney saying, oh now we're gonna start profiting off of us saying we're not using plastic, it's the same amount of materials and it's a money thing. I don't really support that, but since then I have like used less plastic bags, because people have like a hat, they buy like a hat and like they have a huge purse and they're like, no, I need a bag for this hat, and I'm like, just put it in your purse. Why would you waste a plastic? You're going to go home and throw it away.
I got 2 plastic bags at Walmart today. I always ask for an extra bag, but I use it. You guys don't have a plastic bag drawer that you fill? I have that.
We do in my house, but to be honest, like every time I pull a plastic bag out of that bag, it has a hole in it. Like,
really?
Why do we keep these? I do understand some people have dogs and they like use to clean up after their pets and stuff, and that's still like necessary, but like when my mom goes to the grocery store, she gets all plastic bags, everything double bagged. She comes home with like 40 plastic bags, and like your dog never shits that much. Like, why not? And it's also like it's really like it's harder on you if you just brought like a little bag with you. You could fit so much stuff in it, and it like goes on your shoulder and
bringing
it doesn't
bag.
rip. And why?
I'm not bringing my own bag.
Why not?
Because I don't want more stuff in my car.
Well, I have this little bag that I got at IKEA for $2. It folds up and it's like you could put it in your pocket.
But then they win.
Who?
The anti-plastic bag people.
Well, do you agree that the earth is not going to eat up all the plastic and make trees out of it?
We'll figure it out.
We
do figure it out as humans.
I'm not saying that the companies do not need to. It really is on big companies, but you also need to look reflectively and say, I do not need all this. What do I need this for? This is wasteful.
I want it to be where if you have a choice, you don't want to use plastic bags, then that's fine, you do it. But I want plastic bags. But I reuse my plastic bags. I get plastic bags.
But what I'm trying to say
40.
is like people get like making garbage is not a good thing. Okay. No matter who you are, making excessive amounts of garbage for no reason is like silly.
Now, why does your mom get plastic bags instead of paper?
I don't know.
Can't you recycle the plastic bags?
Well, you know what? Some grocery stores stop having paper. Some grocery stores don't have paper anymore. I think she used to get paper a lot, but yeah, I don't know why she gets so many. And I always am like on her about it. I'm like, come on, this is ridiculous.
Do you tell her why don't you just get paper?
Well, I actually buy her. I started giving as gifts like little like reusable bags and things like that. Like since I have a lot. I have a lot of them because I like to use them. They're more convenient at the grocery store. I can fit everything that I buy that would normally go in like 10 plastic bags would go in 2 reusable bags, and then I don't have to make 2 trips, and nothing's ripping and nothing's breaking.
But then they take up so much space. A plastic bag you could stuff. I have them in the back of my car seat. And then I have in the drawer at work, and I have another drawer at my house with plastic bags.
Next time I'm at IKEA, I'm gonna get you one of those little foldable reusable bags, and you're gonna be surprised at how compact it is. But you can't put
lunch in that, because I use it for different things. I put my lunch, my Tupperwares. I need the plastic to seal in, because those are gonna get dirty. Whereas the plastic, the Tupperware, the beans will come out.
Yeah, but not in your car. You're not like looking to contain your beans in your car.
The beans are in the back seat.
Where did you get them from?
My mom's house.
Well, why didn't you take a plastic bag from your mom's house?
No, I have a plastic bag already. I probably have one in my left pocket. No, I don't. So I have plastic bags in the back seat of my car. So I go upstairs. If she doesn't have a plastic bag,
why wouldn't she?
She does usually, but she doesn't have them in a drawer, which upsets me. She has them in the pantry, and she has them tied up, and sometimes they're hard to find. Do you like goobers?
They're okay.
I can't have goobers at my house because I'll finish it within like an hour or something. Anyways, with no bread, just out of a spoon.
If Goobers is, the mix of the peanut butter and jelly.
No,
You
that's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of chocolate covered peanuts, which
No,
are also called
Goobers
Goobers.
is the bottle. The bottle. Is that a bottle? The glass
Yeah.
can, glass
okay.
bottle?
No, I don't have that, and I do not like that. No.
Do you have peanut allergies? Do you like peanut butter and jelly
I like
sandwiches?
peanut butter and jelly. I just do not believe that they were meant to be.
Have you ever had them with a spoon,
roommates.
straight, with a spoon
Nope.
and some milk?
I have not.
Because what I do now is I'll eat the peanut butter and jelly at my mom's house. But okay, wait, hold on. So you started comedy.
Yes.
You had no interest. A breakup. That's what happened with me. It was a breakup. The dog, like I said, the dog died. Buried the dog, and then that next day we just stopped talking. We didn't even tell each other we were breaking up. Steven's eating a donut right now from what's the name of this bakery? Who are these people? What are they?
I call it Jarash, but
I
that's
call it
not the
Karosh.
way you're supposed to pronounce it. Jarosh, I think.
I say Karosh. Is that a K? That's
it's
a J?
J.
Okay, so I'll call it Jarosh.
Yeah.
It's,
It's a bakery.
I took a bunch of pictures there today. It's a bakery. Are they Polish? Are they Swedish? Did you tell me
I
they were
don't know.
Swedish?
I don't know.
Let's assume they're Polish.
I think they're Polish.
so it's
no, maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, it's a Polish bakery in the Chicago suburbs.
So good.
Chocolate cake donut.
Yeah, I grew up behind this bakery, so like this is what.
Oh,
I
you grew
ate.
up there?
Yeah.
Your whole life? Wow.
It's what I ate as a child. So like, I can't eat Dunkin' Donuts. That's nasty.
Do you go to Tensuke?
I used to when I was a kid a lot. I
You
haven't
don't
been
go?
there in a while.
I like it.
Because like I said, I did not grow up eating Japanese food. My friend and I actually, no adult has ever taken me into Tensuke Market. I had only gone there like as a child, like in 5th grade.
You haven't had sushi? Did you eat sushi?
No.
You've never had sushi? Do
I
you eat
have had
seafood?
sushi, but I don't eat seafood because I was never like exposed to seafood as a
Yeah.
kid. And now that I'm an adult, like really I don't have access to quality seafood. Every time I eat it, it's pretty poor quality, so it really doesn't taste good. I'm like, why would people eat
what kind
this?
of seafood?
It's
Like fish sticks?
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like,
Filet-O-Fish?
Red Lobster. Like what? I'm not gonna
Red
eat that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
Well, I had
say
an
that.
incident there.
I know it's bad. So anyways,
We got free dinner. There
can't
was
eat
something in my food.
Can't eat anything besides Josh, but Tensuke Market, yeah, my friend and I used to go there and buy candy.
Oh, it's a little Japanese candy. They have a lot of
Yeah.
cool stuff, but they have really good sushi.
I was always into Japanese candy when I was little because I was like, look at these little lollipops have like faces on them and stuff.
Do you like the koala bears?
Not really.
No? I like them because when they're younger, they came out and I was excited about them.
They're these like chocolate lollipops that have like a little boy and a little girl's face on them.
Really? Are they still there?
I think so. The last time I got them was probably over a year ago, but yeah, every time I go into a Japanese candy store, I buy them, and I buy cherry high chews if I can.
What Mexican food do you eat when you started eating Mexican food?
Like I wouldn't say tacos.
Corn
really.
tacos?
Yeah, tacos.
Do you ever have corn tacos with just
like,
cilantro and cebolla? What is that?
No, not until recently. No, so tacos for me when I was younger was like
Flour tortilla,
beef,
tomato.
Yeah, lettuce, cheese,
Yeah, that
tomato,
style.
sour cream. But I never really liked sour cream when I was younger either. So I would usually just get like beef and like maybe cheese or lettuce. And I didn't even really like beef when I was younger. It was like chicken maybe. But now that I'm older, yeah, when I get tacos, I know that I'm supposed to have them with onion and cilantro. So that's what I eat them
and
with.
corn tortilla.
Because yeah, it's good that way. I like it that way.
Do you pork?
Yeah, I really like. Whenever I get tacos, I get pork usually.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
Do you ever get tripas, which is the pork belly?
I don't think I've had that. I was just watching this taco documentary
On Netflix. Which episode are you on?
Yeah,
I've only saw some of the first one at my buddy's house in Miami.
I was not in control of the remote, so I was just watching whatever was on. And there's the one with the guy with the tacos in the basket.
I don't know if I saw. I just saw episode 1. I want to see the rest of it.
And then they do the pork. What is it called with the
Al pastor.
yes
On the
El
thing,
pastor, yeah.
on the big thing.
With the leaves and
Yeah, dude.
yeah. That was interesting. I really enjoyed watching that because it's so eye-opening. And somebody who was watching was like, "That's so dirty," and I'm like,
Who said that?
"Okay." I'm like,
Family, non-family friend?
non-family. I was like, that's not dirty. It's like authentic. That's like how they make it. Like clearly it is not dirty. Look at the pots they're using, the pans. Like they're not like dirty people.
Oh my
like yeah, it
God,
goes in the
that's so
ground. And yeah, the
dirty.
leaves have dirt on them, but
Is it a
the
white chick?
meat does not have a dirt. Yeah, a white chick.
Yeah. It sounds like a white chick move.
What was I gonna ask you? Are these? When's the mic start? The mic's not starting, is it?
It's gonna start soon.
Huh? Okay. No, we got a little bit of time. Brad. Oh no, we're good. We're good. Good.
Don't yell that into the mic.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, you're right. I liked. I wanted to talk about this. I liked how there's. Do you want to talk about that lady? We don't have to go into too much detail. I like. There's a lady that comes here to this mic and heckles the shit out of us, and she goes up. She does comedy, and then she sits there the whole time and just talks and heckles. And she's been an ongoing problem. Has she come back? Has she come back?
No, I think she's banned permanently.
Oh, she's banned. And
there was an incident with Frank, apparently.
Oh, there was?
Yeah.
On his birthday? Did you come to his birthday?
I did come to his birthday.
How was it? How was it?
It was a lot of fun.
I was so tired.
It was crowded.
I was gonna try, but I had that show, and now I'm working every day. I get up at 5 on weekends to work.
Ooh.
To caddy, yeah, to make up for the. I'm at about $4,000 that I counted. I spent that night in Miami. So I still.
What did you do there?
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I try not to talk to you.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
But I went to Miami for a friend, and then that night I went to a strip club, and me and two Cuban strippers went back to a whole motel and partied till like 5 or 5:30 p.m. and I spent about $4,000, cash apps, drugs, alcohol. My bank account was like negative for like maybe the other week was the first direct. I get paid for Friday. That was the first direct deposit where it wasn't negative. So every Friday I would get my paycheck and I would just like, oh look, I'm less negative now. But what's that look you're giving me?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
But honestly, not surprising.
No, I did it a few months before, like with $2,000.
Oh, okay.
But this one put what's going on here, Vlad and this girl.
I'm just people watching while we're talking.
Who do we have here? Is that Declan?
No, that's Matt Buck.
Matt Buck.
He's gonna be really excited that you said that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he was wearing the Declan shirt, right? They kind of look like each other.
Just like, yeah, Matt's like Declan's just like a thinner version of Matt.
Oh, they do kind of look alike. And we got Brad.
They do look alike, don't they?
They do look alike.
They have similar facial structures and hair
This
colors.
Matt's a little bit thicker.
He's got that booty though.
He got it. Let's see.
He doesn't have a booty. I don't look at boys' butts. Somebody asked me that. Do you look at boys' butts?
No.
Like, no. Why would I do that?
What do you look at? Like shoulders, height, shoulders.
No, I don't really.
I don't know.
Honestly,
What do women
like
look at?
I'm not like other girls. No.
Are you like one of the guys?
I know that when somebody is conventionally attractive, they are usually not a person I ever want to talk to.
What do you think they're gonna be a douchebag?
Yeah, because they are.
Empty,
it
vapid?
just takes me a really long time to like give people a chance to even get to know them. So I couldn't say that I specifically look for something in someone, but go for more unconventionally attractive guys just because I know that they're probably nicer.
Yeah. I see it like that. I think it goes the same way with the hot chick,
Like-
the traditional hot
like
chick.
Otter is like, I would probably like go for somebody that looked like Otter at the bar. I'd be like, he looks like a nice guy.
He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
If you listen to his sets, there's like kind of a.
I don't date comics, but
Don't.
I'm
don't.
just
That's a
talking.
rule
If
I have.
I didn't know anyone here,
I know.
if I had to pick from that group of people, it would be Otter.
I would. Yeah, I'd suggest against it. I've never did. I had a rule when I first started comedy. I broke it twice, kind of a little bit.
Oh, you're so stupid.
It was my first year, man.
Yeah. No.
And
Yeah. You gotta
I
have a
didn't-
rule from the beginning.
Yeah, and then I slept with one comic, and I was like, but it turned out okay. Thankfully, we're still friends. And then I messed around with one comic, and then after that, I was like, what am I? And I was like, no. So then I just stick with it.
The problem is there's not enough women in this community to.
It's not worth it.
Give them a fair warning and say, hey, girl, there's a lot of boys here. We need you to put the blinders on, baby boo. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, there's not. How many?
In this scene, there's two kinds of girls who are on the scene and girls who sleep with comics.
Yeah, we know. I know. I think we know some of them. You must get DMs a lot, right?
I do.
All the time, right?
It's not
because you're
all the
surrounded with
time.
dudes, all single dudes. But I feel like it's gonna be a lot of DMs, like,
It's not all the time, but yeah, it does happen pretty often. It's like, not you.
and a lot of dudes. Oh, that's funny. That happened to, because I know. Okay, my friend, my comic friend, right? She'll tell me. I find out. I was like, oh, really? Oh, when he said that, and some people have are married or have a boyfriend, or not a boyfriend, a girlfriend. And then she'll tell me, and I'm like, oh, this dude. Or like they were drunk, and it's like, I don't like this guy. He's like, everybody likes him. But then it's like, oh, no. Oh, really? Yeah, well, when we were at that show, all of a sudden he was trying to make moves on him. And I was like,
Well,
oh.
also, I'm not going to, blow smoke up my own ass or anything, you know. But I have noticed that guys are really friendly to me until they find out about my policies. And then all of a sudden, we don't talk so much anymore. That's weird.
I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Joe Rogan, and there was this guy who was on it, and they were talking about one of the ring girls, right? And he was so interested, like, oh my God, about something she was doing. I don't know, it was some type of activity or hobby she had. Well, what happened there with that? She just took a sip from, what is that, Dr. Pepper?
It's Diet Coke. She put some Jack in it, but it tastes like cleaning products.
Oh, okay. So, I'm not drinking either. Anyways, so... And then they're she's like, he's so interested in what she's saying, right? And then all of a sudden, I was like, yeah, man, you should introduce you. Like, her and her boyfriend are really. And then he was like, and he was like, it just, yeah, it's funny how much it.
It's frustrating to be in that position a lot.
You gotta put it, and I feel like as a girl, it's you gotta. There's
like,
a balance. Why are you
so mean to everyone? And I'm like, because
there's a bit. Well, I think there's a balance with a girl, right? Even it happens to me. You gotta be. Like, you can't be too nice because then you come off as flirtatious. And if you're too mean, you're like a bitch. And then like,
yep.
So is it better off just to be a bitch, or I feel?
Now I'm at a point where I've been tipped. A couple weeks ago, an incident happened to me at work where a customer of mine made me feel pretty uncomfortable at work. He was asking me some weird questions. He wasn't like too old, but he was old enough. And he did ask me, how old are you? And I told him honestly, thinking, oh, he'll realize that he's barking up the wrong tree. Well, he found me on Facebook.
How old was the guy? In his 50s?
I don't really know how old. He was probably like in his like late 30s or early 40s.
Okay.
But
do you want to say your age? You don't have to.
I'm 25.
Okay.
And he was like specifically saying that he was looking to get married. And I was like, well, I'm not looking to get married anytime soon. So good luck with that. Like, it was really weird. He messaged me on Facebook. He found me on Facebook, and I don't even know how he found my last name. He said, "Hey, pretty girl."
Oh.
I don't know how he found my last name. I don't know. Like, that is so inappropriate. And I like ended up reporting it to like my HR because I was afraid that he was gonna come to work. And
what's your name tag is just, do you have a name tag?
I don't even have a name tag. He did ask me what my name was, and I told him my first name, but I don't have any business cards with my last name. My Facebook does not show my employer. So my only guess would be that if he like searched my employer, found somebody that I'm friends with,
maybe
and
I'm
then
trying
found
to find
me that way.
Maybe I'm trying to find, because I'm a Facebook stalker. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I have Facebook stalked people, but I haven't added them and messaged them and like been creepy like that. I don't know.
I've added, but I wait. You know what I mean? Let's say I met somebody recently, right? And then I was like.
But do you have mutual friends with that person?
Yeah, and I've seen this person in person all the time,
That's
right?
That's different.
But then this particular night, she dressed differently. She dressed very, and I never saw her in that light. And I was like, oh wow, she's pretty hot. All right, I'm still a dude. So then I screenshotted her. I found her on Facebook that night, and I screenshotted it, and I was like, I'm going to add her in a few days because I don't want to add her now because I'll come off as a fucking creepo.
Yeah.
Right? But it's funny because that morning I wake up, that very next morning I get up, and then she sent me a friend request.
Okay.
So, and it worked out, and then I added her, and it's like, I don't think I'm going to talk to her, though.
But see how that paid off? And then you waited, and then you didn't seem like a creep.
I know. And I went, because I did go, and I went and talked to her, and I told her, look, you look very nice. I'm going to go, and this and that. And I was really into her that day. But then it happened to me last week.
That seems appropriate.
Yeah, I was really into this one chick I met. But the next day, I don't know. I do this. I don't know. Do you I get immediately infatuated all the time. My friends, like...
It depends on the season, honestly. I do go through, like, a period of spring fever every year where I'm like... Every guy that I see, I'm like, oh my God. And if you have a conversation with me at that specific time, it's off. Like, I've already planned our wedding. I've like,
I do that.
It's on. It's really messed up. I don't like it. And I realize it in myself. I'm like, God, why am I this way? Like,
I just found it. And yesterday I was trying to figure it out. Like, why do I do? Because look, I was talking to, right now I'm kind of talking to this girl, and it actually seems pretty normal and okay. She just left her bachelorette party in Nashville, though, today. Anyways.
Her own?
No. Well, I guess you could see me in that light.
You
okay,
said
that makes
her bachelorette party. I was like,
I'm
whoa.
stupid. Going to a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
And I already agreed to go to the wedding with her. That's coming up September 7th.
Oh my
And
god.
we haven't really hung out. I know. But I don't know.
I've never been to a wedding like that. It is not
And it's
a
out of
family
state. And it's out of
wedding.
state. It's in Kansas. I already
Oh.
requested a day off.
Wow, that's
in
pretty intense.
I know. And yesterday, I met her sisters, her family that kind of raised her. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
This sounds really serious.
But we haven't even hung out. I mean, we did hang out. This is not 90 Day Fiance.
I don't know. Listen, Giovanni. I'm not a therapist. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not on the clock right now.
Let's
I'm so
go
sorry.
back to what I was saying.
I don't remember.
The infatuation that happened to me last. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why. Right now, I'm laying low off on that stuff. I'm talking to this girl. Things seem to be working well, but yeah, I would meet somebody and I would already. I'm planning ahead. My friends. I call my friends like, no, dude, for real. I think I love her, and they're like, they've heard it like so many times. Go ahead.
I don't understand why I always end up talking about dating on these podcasts. I feel like boys don't want to talk about dating with boys, so they're like, "Oh, look, a girl is here. Let's talk about dating."
I don't know. Maybe I want
like,
to understand the other
I
side.
always get roped into this conversation.
Oh,
I'm never
really?
like mad about it.
What
It
are the
just, like,
topics, though? This
happens,
isn't even what
but,
I was gonna
like,
talk
people
about.
always ask me about dating.
Well, I'm
and
curious because
relationships.
I'm curious more. Being a female comic in the scene, it just seems so tough. Just from the DMs, like, do you have guys that just talk to themselves in your DM? Is that a
Some,
that
yeah.
never
I
respond?
mean, no. There's nobody that like keeps like pushing anything, but I think a lot of people hear that I don't date comics and they think, oh, except me.
Yeah,
And then they
yeah.
all,
Oh,
like,
yeah. She's
they
gonna see
are
it.
like, yeah, oh, okay, she doesn't date comics, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty serious about that.
That's good. That's good.
It's not, yeah. So I mean, it's fine, but I've listened to a lot of female comedians talk about this type of lifestyle and their mistakes and things that they wish that they hadn't done, and it's pretty easy for me to realize
Are these
why it
female
would be a
comedians you
bad
know,
idea.
or more
No, just
famous?
from, like, famous from like podcasts and stuff, and it's like a lot of it is improv. So thankfully, I'm not a part of that world.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Scene.
Yeah, because it's like
I mean, I'm in it when I go to Chicago, so I know a lot of improv people, but I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
it's a lot more working with other people. Like you have to be around them more. It's not like stand up where we're each doing our own sets, except for when we need somebody to wear a solo cup on their head.
I went to an improv show. Hey, that was me. I wore an improv hat. Yeah, when what movie is that? I want to see that movie. now.
Aladdin. I did a musical movie review for the live action Aladdin movie, and Giovanni was hosting that night, so I made him put on a vest.
I was a
and
Pooh, right?
No,
Or-
you were Aladdin.
Aladdin. Yeah.
But the way that I dressed you did make you kind of look like a Pooh, because you were also not shaven. So
I trimmed it now. It was like that was peak where look. I trim my chest hair every few weeks with a buzzer, and so it doesn't. But that was like
imagine if
Right.
Aladdin had gone to prison and gotten some bad chest tattoos and
tattoos.
hadn't had access to a razor. That's what Giovanni looked like.
yeah, that was definitely me. But I just did the rest of the night without a shirt because it was like
And then I stole your shirt because I wanted to make you pay for
I have it
making
in my
me look
trunk.
at your chest hair all night.
I have that in my trunk. That orange shirt, right? Old Navy. That's an old, very very good fit. Yeah, I have that in there. Hold on a second.
There were still sequins on the floor up until Frank's birthday party when they had to mop the whole place.
Oh, from the.
From me throwing
How was the movie?
confetti in there. I did not like the movie.
You didn't like it?
It was-
So don't watch it.
I was in a bad mood when I saw it, but something about a story that I already know, I know how it is, so I'm not really paying attention to that. I'm paying attention to everything besides the story, which is something that a shoddily made film should not want from its viewers.
What do you mean, like outfits, or what are you paying attention
Everything. Like, mostly I was, like, relating myself to the characters. I was like,
to? I haven't done that
of
anymore.
course, Jasmine's the one that has to kiss Aladdin. Why
Why they kiss?
What else
I don't remember the
did-
story.
Did he do? Like,
I don't remember the story. Why does Aladdin work? He's poor.
he's poor and he meets her and he
Pretends?
pretends to be rich so that she'll like him, because that's why he thinks that she wouldn't like him, because he's poor. And really, she doesn't like him because he's an asshole. And he's a liar, so
But then
he thinks
live
that
happily ever
Aladdin
after.
thinks that being poor is worse than being a liar. That's how the movie goes. And then at the end he saves her, so she's like, fine, I guess I'll suck your dick.
And they fuck.
Yeah. And her dad didn't want her to marry a poor guy either. He wanted her to marry someone rich. That's why he was having all those princes up at the castle, you know.
So don't see it. What about Lion King? Don't see it. I'm only gonna watch Toy Story, I think.
So same
That's
thing
the
with a Lion King. It's weird how a 90-minute animated film cannot be put into a 2-hour film without getting scenes cut. They still cut scenes from the original. And I just really didn't like it.
Was it the facial expressions? I saw there was like
it
no
was
soul
kind
to
of
it or
everything.
something, right?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I did kind of enjoy some of the parts. Like, for example, the parts that I did not like in the animated film, like watching the lions like run on a cliff next to like a stampede of like water buffaloes is like, it was pretty intense. I liked it. I was like, this looks like real nature. But at the same time, watching elephants, giraffes, zebras, gazelle, monkeys, lions, like all lining up next to a big rock to celebrate a baby lion's birth. It was like, all right, this is just fucking ridiculous.
What about Timon and Pumbaa? Is it Timon?
Timon and Pumbaa steal the show for sure. They're very, very, very funny.
They were the best part of it. Who played it? Wasn't it like, do you know?
Billy Eichner is Timon, and Seth Rogen plays Pumbaa.
Pumbaa's the bigger one, right?
Pumbaa's the warthog, and John Oliver plays Zazu.
Zazu's the monkey, right?
Zazu is the bird.
The wizard monkey. No, he's the bird. Who's the wizard monkey?
Rafiki is the monkey.
God, am I stupid.
And I don't know who voiced him because they were like, Rafiki does not speak really English in the film at all. He's mostly speaking in like gibberish, not even Swahili, which is what he speaks in the original animation.
Okay.
He speaks Swahili, but in this...
What's your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie, well, it's technically not a Disney movie. It was owned by Disney. Is Who Framed Roger Rabbit is my favorite.
Wow, what a great movie. I saw that when I was a little kid. I didn't know that one guy was British.
Which guy?
Mario. Did you ever see the Mario Brothers movie?
No.
Garbage.
I didn't see it.
What's your favorite animated Disney movie?
Favorite animated Disney movie would probably be Hercules.
Really?
I really like the music in that movie. And also... I'm gonna be real. I really like Frozen.
I haven't seen Frozen.
Really?
Well, I've listened to enough the Frozen song.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly.
But is it really good?
I really like Frozen, and when I first saw it in theaters, I actually first saw it in a preview. Like, it was a couple weeks before it came out, and this was like obviously before anyone knew what Frozen was gonna be. But I was like in the Disney store telling every guest like, oh my god, you have to see this movie when it comes out.
Now you got the preview because you were an employee?
Yeah. They used to do that a long time ago, but they don't do it anymore. But it was like telling people like, oh my god, you gotta see this movie. You gotta see it. Gotta bring your kids. It's the best movie. You're gonna love it. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like literally answering the phone every time saying, sorry, we do not have any more Frozen merchandise. Sorry, we do not have
Should I see Frozen? I've never seen it.
I mean...
I like movies. I cry.
I really like it because I have a sister, so like when I watch Frozen, I directly relate to it. You might. I cannot even think about Frozen without crying. I'm crying right now thinking about it.
Oh my god, I want to cry.
I really love Frozen. The music is great, and to be honest, I know it's overplayed, and everyone knows that. I came full circle with it. I used to hate it too, but it made those numbers for a reason. Like, it was not just like an annoying Despicable Me movie that parents like took their kids to see. You know what I mean?
I saw some of those clips of those movies, and I was like, what's your favorite Pixar movie?
My favorite Pixar movie? That's a good question. Ooh, I know it, but I don't. Probably Monsters, Inc.
The OG one. Okay, that's a good one.
I really like Inside Out, too.
Inside Out? Which one was that? Which one's Inside Out?
Inside Out is pretty new. It came out in 2015.
God,
it has
ruined me for movies.
Amy Poehler, Phyllis, the lady that plays Phyllis on The Office.
Yeah, I know Phyllis.
Mindy Kaling, Ed Helms, and
Are these all the Office people in it?
No, isn't that funny? Yeah,
Ed Helms is
not
HR.
Is it Ed Helms? It might not be Ed Helms. Don't quote me on that. Okay. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's a movie about a little girl's like emotions in her head. Her parents move.
Oh, is that
yeah,
they're inside. They're like depression and things like that.
It's joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger.
Okay, that's not the one I see.
And Bing Bong is her imaginary friend. Is my favorite character.
Okay, I'll watch that. What's the show gonna be about the puppets? November.
The show is not a puppet show. Okay. There is a number in it that features puppets. So this is literally me working on a micro fraction of the show.
Wow.
And just putting a lot of detail into it.
What are some of the elements of the show?
There's gonna be puppetry. There's gonna be dancing. There's like some parody. I'm gonna do some acoustic numbers, some piano numbers. There's gonna be
Is this like a one-woman type of show, or there's a lot going on?
There's gonna be more people in it because I have a few puppets that I'll need help with. And I, with the puppets, will be my own character. So I am not handling the puppets.
Okay.
I just made them. And I voiced them.
How do you feel about the puppet scene at the end of that movie where they go to Hawaii? Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah. Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
That's a good movie. Do you like that movie?
You know,
I
we were
enjoyed
talking
it.
about, like, you don't have any comedy influences. Like I never watch comedy, but, like, subconsciously, like, Jason Segel is, like, a pretty big inspiration
Who's
for me.
Jason Segel?
He's the guy in that movie. And he wrote all the songs for the new Muppet movie.
The taller guy?
Yeah, he was in the Muppet movie. He wrote the music for that. So, like, puppets are a big deal in his life, too, which they were never a big part of my life, but I just decided to give it a try, and I really enjoy it, so.
How do you feel about ventriloquist? Never into
I
it?
was never really into it. I feel like puppets are, like, for me, I don't really, that's not my taste for it to be a full act. For it to be a part of something, I think is fun, or like something where it's like Sesame Street where there's like puppets and people, like, and they kind of like interact. But I do not like that, like a puppet sitting on your lap type of deal. That doesn't really do much for me.
I saw a ventriloquist the other day at a Mike Navigator that I co-host sometimes. He was a ventriloquist with no puppet, so he just goes on stage and throws his voice with nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. It was that. What else is going on in the show?
I'm going to be doing some dance numbers.
Where's it going to be at?
It's going to be at the LOL Theater in Schaumburg.
Oh, yeah, you already told me that. God, I'm stupid.
No, you're good.
Okay. I think we'll start. I didn't even get to the
November
things.
10th.
November 10th. So I got to start releasing these before then.
Yeah, way before then.
Oh, let me a few more. Do you got any specific goals in comedy? Like, you see somewhere you just enjoy?
I don't have like a specific end goal. Performing is probably not my end goal.
I stole that question from Rebecca. Okay, anyway, she does that at the end. That's kind of what her podcast is about. But anyways, go ahead. You know Rebecca Gibson?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if that's the Rebecca you were talking about.
There's another one? Oh,
well, my best friend is named Rebecca.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah, that
they spell
Rebecca.
it the same way, too. They come from religious families.
Was
That's
your best friend
spelling.
homeschooled, too?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So is it a biblical Rebecca, I'm assuming? Or H? Is that a biblical thing? I feel there's a...
Yeah. It's a biblical spelling. And I can't remember if she said that her dad was in the military or not.
Your Rebecca?
Maybe. Yeah,
Or
my
Rebecca
Rebecca has the dad in the military. I can't remember. But the way she describes him sounds militaristic a little bit.
Not my Rebecca, but Gibson, her dad protests Planned Parenthoods. Anyways.
That's
and
fun.
she would take Rebecca.
Okay, so then maybe not. Maybe they're the opposite. My Rebecca's dad is like probably voted for Trump and like, yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Rebecca Gibson's dad thinks Michelle Obama's a man.
But he doesn't. He does support abortion.
No,
he
protests
at
Planned Parenthood.
Oh, okay.
He's a big time protester.
Okay,
at
then
Planned
yeah, they
Parenthood.
do have the same dad. Yeah. Okay, yeah, for
the
sure.
Same dad.
Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah. So goals for comedy is, I think I would be happiest in a writing environment, or like I do like podcasts a lot. I don't really like actively record one, but I enjoy this aspect, and a lot of people have told me they enjoy listening to it.
We should record one with Brennan. I enjoyed mine with Brennan. I know. Okay. Yeah.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah. Did you see his art? Do you like his art? Have you been to his crib, house, apartment?
Yes, I've been to Brennan's house.
I was impressed. I don't know. I'm easily impressed. I didn't grow up around art and things like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I grew up fucking Mexican in Waukegan, so when I meet more of my white friends and see art and things like that, I'm intrigued. It was very ratchet where I grew up. Okay. Do you have anything else? We'll close this up. Do you have anything else you want to promote?
Okay, yeah. No, I don't want to promote anything besides my show, November 10th. Oh, I run Elmhurst Comedy.
Elmhurst Comedy, yeah. When's
first Wednesday of the month is Showcase. Second and fourth Wednesdays is the open mic. That's in Elmhurst, the Cottage Hill Station upstairs. We run that, and that's it.
Where can people buy the tickets to the show?
It's going to be on the LOL Schaumburg website starting in September.
Okay, this is Stephanie
Or
Carrell.
with me, personally.
Okay, or with Stephanie Carrell, personally. Don't add her if you're older trying to marry her.
Don't
weirdo.
Don't add me.
All right, this is Giovanni Diaz, Lobo 9110, LOBO 9110.